Welcome back to Kelsey Chronicles. Okay, so the other day on Instagram, I asked, for some questions so I could do a Q&A. So that's what I will be doing today, answering the questions you guys provided. So let's just get right on into it. All right, so I looked at them, but I didn't want to think too hard on the answers for them because I wanted it to kind of be on spot and authentic. Period. All right, so the first one, what's something you want to achieve next year, which is now this year? Something I want to achieve, of course, is passing my PT boards, which is known as the NPTE. I want to graduate and I want to move to a different state with my family. Those are the main three things I want to achieve this year. Of course, I have a lot of mini goals in between. For the most part, when I think of what I want to achieve, those are my main three. The next question, name three things on your bucket list. I don't really know, y'all. I'm not putting anything outrageous on my bucket list. What's it called? Skydiving. I'm not gonna go skydiving. No. Three things on my bucket list. Three things on my bucket list. Three things on my bucket list. I want to go to Paris. I want to go skiing in the mountains. I want to go drive around the racetracks, rent like Lamborghinis and stuff like that, and just go like super duper fast. I just want the thrill of driving fast as heck around the racetrack. But I really want to be a passenger. If I'm a passenger, put the pedal to the metal. Take me through there. Rate your PT school experience and explain why. PT school has been a journey, a rewarding journey, learning journey. So if I had to rate my experience, I would give it a strong 8 out of 10. And I say an 8 because it's a new program. So as we're learning, they're learning. As they're learning, we're learning. I also give it an 8 out of 10 because it's so stressful. Like, it's so much information. So much information. Like, it's a doctorate program. We're going to be doctors of physical therapy. So it's so much information. Like, my brain is constantly going. Like, other than that, I really don't have any complaints. Okay, someone said, how do I navigate PT school with a newborn? Like, eyes in me. I'm laughing because I said eyes in me, and I know the person who asked that question is going to watch this and say, for sure you, because it ain't me. Navigating PT school with a newborn is not for the weak. I think back to when I started PT school, finding out I was pregnant in PT school, being pregnant in PT school, having my baby while in PT school, and continue to be in PT school and finna graduate in May. I just think about each of those points and I just be like, wow, like, how did I navigate it? Okay, starting PT school was, new itself, a big adjustment itself, so much information being thrown at us weekly, daily, like having to come home, study weekly, daily. So I started school in August, found out I was pregnant October 31st. Talk about a trick or a treat. And I really just kept going. My pregnancy was pretty smooth sailing, thank God. So I didn't really have to miss class due to being sick or anything. When it came to my appointments, I scheduled them based off of my PT school schedule. So at that time, I think on Tuesdays, I just remember my appointments being on Tuesday mornings because I think I didn't have class until 10 or something along those lines. So I would schedule my appointments for like 7:38, go there, get that out the way, then go to class. And at that time, your appointments are pretty spaced out too. When it got to the weekly appointments, I think we had classes online, but I'm still like in the lobby, headphones in, zoned in, like listening, taking notes, everything in the doctor's office. So I did not slack up. I could not slack up. And it was just like, God, you got me here. I'm going to do what I have to do. God is the one who not only got me into PT school, but also blessed me with a baby and also blessed me with the ability to navigate it. So ultimately, the grace of God and just making sure that I prioritize both. I just made sure like I was on top of everything in every which way. Honestly, y'all, I was all in the hospital, like in class. Like the nurses coming in and out, and they're like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Shh." Then it got to the point I was like, "Okay, Kelsey, this isn't gonna work." And my professors were telling me like, "You need to rest," and I was like, "No, you need to give me that work. I know what I signed up for." So once I had my baby, I emailed one of my professors. I was like, "Hey, what do I need to do?" He was like, "Get some rest." No, I'm gonna get the rest when I get this degree because I didn't want my hand held. I never want my hand held with anything. Like I chose to come to PT school and I chose to have a baby. So I don't know. People be saying kids stop things, but my baby didn't stop anything. If anything, she made me figure this out and make it work. The real like struggle came once I had her. Everything was just like new. Oh my gosh. But my mama, ever since my baby was born, my mama had been down here. She helped a lot. So when I was studying for them finals, my mama was here. When I was getting ready to go on the rotations, my mama was here. So like she was such a huge help. In the hospital, my mama was there, like GG to go. But it was a struggle because the first 6 weeks of that following fall semester, we were in class. So that means we learned 16 weeks worth of information in 6 weeks. And I have a 6 week old newborn. Like, I never folded. I never stopped. I for sure cried. And I for sure was like, I don't know if I can do this. And everybody was just looking at me like, Kelsey, please. But y'all, people believe in me so much. My mentor, when I went to talk to him, he was like, well, you're going to pass your final. You're going to pass your practical. And then you're going to go on your rotation. And you're going to use it as a time to reset. And I did just that. So I would just say the timing was perfect. But also my resilience. Also my ability to persevere, like top notch. And then after that fall semester, I just got in the hang of it. I was like, okay, I could do this. Like, but also her dad was a big help too. So we locked in together. So I make it work by making it work, but it's far from easy. If you're ever in that situation where it's like baby school, it's so doable. You just have to do it. And you have to be in that headspace of I'm gonna do it. You have to tell yourself, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna make this happen, and everybody's gonna watch. And I'm the type, I love a good challenge, and that's been the greatest challenge I've ever had in my life, having a newborn and in PT school. Ooh wee. Shout out to our village. Shout out to her dad. Shout out to everybody. Like everybody plays a role in how I'm able to do this. But it was never on my mind that my mama was finna raise my baby. Like so many people used to ask me that, oh, is your mom gonna have to raise her? Oh, your baby gonna be infidelity. How are you gonna do this? Let's pause. And I want y'all to just stop. I want y'all to sit back and watch how I do it. How is it being a new mom? Like all aspects, the good and bad. So being a new mom, it is such a joy. It's so rewarding. And the good things is everything about my child. Like seeing her grow, tending to her. I love being a mother. I love hearing her say, Mommy, help me. And I'm like, okay. And then she'll be like, please, yes, yes, you could have it. Like, I love all of that. When she was like a newborn, like I said, I was finishing up the summer going into the fall semester. And during that time, they sleep a lot, but they sleep in increments. But in my head, it's like, do I sleep? Do I study? Do I do this? Do I do that? So I was very delirious. That's another thing. I was getting so delirious because I did not have any sleep. So maybe that was a bad, but also that's when my mom would come down. Me always being like on edge now. Like my senses are so heightened. Everything is like even now she's taking a nap, but I'm still like, did I hear something? Or what's that? My senses are so heightened now. And I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. That's actually a good thing because now I pay attention to things differently. A table, I see, okay, that's a table where she's a baby, she's learning how to walk. She may trip over a toy. We need to do something about that. So I see things differently. I see things from a mom's point of view. I can't really think of anything bad other than being overstimulated sometimes or being overwhelmed. It's just from like school and everything else, like all the other responsibilities I have. That's where I'm like, sometimes I do just feel like for like 5 seconds. And then once I do this, I'm like, let's go. So maybe I am just like running around here with a chicken. How they say? Maybe I am running around here like a chicken with my head cut off, but I'm getting the jobs done. But I never sweat. I like these questions. I'm still trying to think about that one. Say the good and the difficult. Because nothing is bad about it. Things are just a little difficult. If I want to go get my hair done, okay, say I want some braids. It take about 6, 7, 8 hours. I'm also in school. What do? I have to find a babysitter. So it's just an extra step. Like, okay, I want to book this hair appointment, but I got to make sure I have a babysitter first. I was the type, I'll book an appointment and not even have a babysitter. And then I'm like, oh, wait. Sorry, girl. Can I reschedule? Okay, another difficult thing is being away from family. I wish my mom was down the street and I'd be like, watch her right quick. But instead, she an hour and 30 minutes away, But luckily, like, my baby godmama and her god Gigi, they come through. I don't know. They step for her every time. So there hasn't been a problem. One thing I didn't realize, like with being a mom, how difficult pumping gas is. Yes, they have tap pay at the pump, but when the tap pay at the pump doesn't work and you have a newborn in the car that you really want trying to get out the car so you can take them to the store so you can pay some gas real quick, it's like, okay. So now my tap thing not working because y'all gas pump don't want to accept it. And now I have to go inside to swipe the card. But not only that, I have to go around, get my baby out of the car seat, put her on my shoulder, make sure she's covered, then walk in the store. Yeah. But the good is everything else and all the other stuff I said. So I like this one. Most memorable moment in the last 5 years outside of becoming a mommy. So this is 2026. So from 2021, okay. Most memorable. I want to name a few. Outside of being a mommy, like that was for sure memorable. I would say my white coat ceremony. That was a dream come true. Getting a white coat, like when me and my boyfriend went on our first date, it was the most perfect date I have ever went on. Something about that date just gave me like a sense of peace. I was like, I was a little scared, not gonna lie. Like, after our first date, I went home and prayed. I was like, God, what are you doing? Like, I ain't got time to be catching feelings. So if it's meant to be, then let it be. But hold up now. Oh, and leading up to the date, y'all, so in a nail shop, like I'm sitting here, me and my mama getting pedicures. The florist called me and was like, is this Kelsey Davis? He was like, I have a delivery for you. I said, I'm at the nail shop right now. He said, okay, I'll be there shortly. Okay. Yeah, as soon as that man hit the door, everybody looked at him. And all of a sudden, like me and him made eye contact, and I guess he knew I was Kelsey Davis. And then it's like everybody in the nail shop turned around and just looked at me. Everybody was like, oh my goodness, oh. So that's definitely one of my most memorable moments, being in the nail shop and having those flowers delivered. And then that same night we went on our first date. Like the next one says plans after graduation. After graduation, I plan on moving to a different state, start working and continue to just thrive, learn, love, give. Okay, next is my dream vacation and why. My dream vacation is to Bora Bora. Like, I want to be in Bora Bora by tomorrow. I feel like somebody wrote a song singing something about Bora Bora. I want to go to Bora Bora. Why do I want to go to Bora Bora? When I was in high school, I think we had to do some type of project, and I ended up finding out about Bora Bora. And I looked into Bora Bora, and it's beautiful. I just want to see the clear blue water. I just want to relax. I just want to be like that island girly where everything is just like beautiful and like so beautiful though. Like that's my dream vacation. 5 pieces of advice for someone in their 20s. Number 1 is have a ball like you'll never ball again. Have a ball. From the time you turn 20 at 12 a.m. to the time you turn 29, or maybe not 29, but at least when you turn 20, have a ball. Like you still young, you still living, like you should still be lit. Have a ball like you ain't never balled before. Have a ball. Go out, have fun, travel, see the world, make friends, like do all the things, all the fun things, all the safe things, all the lit things, but just have fun and live your life. So first, have a ball. Second, get a job. But first, have a ball. Y'all gonna be like, this is so backwards. You're not gonna get your 20th birthday back. After that, it's 21, 22, 23, and so forth. So have a ball in your 20s, but make sure you're working and saving too. Your 20s is when you should really start figuring out what are your next steps. That's when you should really have a ball, get a job, save your money, but also start putting things into perspective. Start being intentional. Your 20s is when you should be intentional about what you want to do, where you want to be, and how you want to get there. Because without intention, you having a ball for nothing. Now you a bum. I didn't say be a bum. I said have a ball, get you a job, save your money, and be intentional about your future. And the last thing I would say, understand that people come and go. I feel like my 20s taught me that every person isn't meant to go into the next phase of your life. You're going to have friends when you're 21, and it's going to seem like y'all rocking and rolling forever. And then when you turn 25, y'all don't even talk no more. Understand that you can outgrow people. Understand that some people may even be envious. Understand that everyone in your circle may not be meant to move on through life with you. It really may be for that season. It really may be when you having a ball. It really may be when you got a job. It really may be when you saving. It really may be when you intentional. Also, to have friends who can be with you through all of that, you hold on to them. I'm just saying that to say that people come and go and it's okay. Your 20s is going to teach you how to let go. Those are my 5 pieces of advice. So have a ball because you're young and turn. Get a job. Save your money because you don't need to be dependent on no man to feed you, take you on a trip, do none of that. You do that yourself because what you're doing, you young and turn having a ball. Have a ball. Get a job because we ain't no bums. Save your money because we don't depend on no man. Be intentional because we can't be a bum in the future, okay? We don't have a ball, this, that, and the third. Now you bumming? No, ma'am. That's not what I said. So be intentional about your future and learn how to detach and let people go. You have a ball because you're young and turn. You get a job because we ain't no bum. You save your money because we don't depend on no man or nobody, okay? You get intentional about your future, you make it happen, and learn to let things go. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank y'all so much for watching. I enjoyed this the most. I feel like it just gives y'all an insight on how I think and how I move, especially being a mom, being in school, and things like that. So I appreciate everyone who asked me questions. Until next time, see y'all in the next chapter.